Welcome to KIASORT, knowledge-integrated automated spike sorting. In the next few minutes, we'll walk through the interface that puts you in control sorting large-scale neural data. At the very top are 6 main tabs. Main for your core workflow. Channels for per-electrode views. Curation for manual cleanup. Clusters for post-hoc cluster inspection. Plus help and about for documentation and version info. Click Main and you'll see 3 sub-tabs, Run, which we'll cover now. Extended Config for deeper settings, and Hyperparameters for fine-tuning algorithms. The latter two are already optimized but in rare cases navigate through the Help tab to learn what you might need to change. On the left is your Run KIASORT panel. The big Run and Sort button starts the entire pipeline. Stage buttons let you step through extract samples, and sort data individually. A progress bar tracks how many data chunks have been processed. For a full sorting session, this bar will be completed 3 times. Below, 3 file selector fields specify your input data file, which is your raw recordings, output path, which is where to save results, and channel map file, which is and electrode layout. After loading your data files, you can visualize your data on the right-hand side panels. Next is Sorting Config panel, divided into 4 sections. 1. Data Config. Choose your data format, sampling frequency, number of channels, and common reference type. 2. Denoising. Toggle denoising on or off, set noise correlation thresholds, and define percentile for noisy channel removal. These are set by default, but for noisy data, you can adjust them. 3. Sorting Config. Half channel specifies number of channels to be extracted before and after the main channel to cover a radius of 150 to 300 micrometers. Set bandpass range, minimum spike detection threshold, number of sample chunks, between 120 to 300, for the extraction phase, and sort chunk duration. Default values work fine for most probes and systems, but adjust them if needed. 4. Options. Enable sort-only mode only sorts the data using classifiers that were trained on another recording data. Parallel processing. This is mostly helping the sort sample phase, GPU acceleration, and saving of multi-channel spike waveforms. The Channels tab allows users to visualize, filter, and manage multi-channel neural recordings. It provides controls to explore raw or filtered voltage traces and select the right spike detection threshold. After clicking on the plot channels, signals, with MAD threshold as horizontal lines will show up. Poor quality channels are excluded automatically, but you can include or exclude signals manually. In the Visualization Control panel, you can customize how the traces are displayed. Amp Scale allows you adjust the vertical scaling of amplitude across traces. MAD Thresh is median absolute deviation threshold for spike detection. You can use the slider or the text field to see what is the best scalar of MAD for your data. By changing this value, the position of horizontal lines relative to signal on each channel will be changed. An optimal value can be entered in the minimum threshold value field that you set in the Run tab. By clicking on Save, you can save all changes you made. Curation tab is for manual review and editing of sorted units. Before accessing any visualizations or performing operations, click Plot Sorting at the top left of the window to load and display the sorted results. If you ran KIASORT in sort-only mode, you can load your results manually by selecting the appropriate folder using Alt Residential folder. When the spike group showed up, you can manually curate the results. We go through each panel to explore its function. Unified Groups panel. This displays a list of all detected units and their summary properties. Group number is the unique identifier for each spike group or cluster. Channel number is the main channel from which the spike originates. Isolation indicates the isolation quality of the group. Default is not assigned, but it can be changed to SUA, MUA, SUA+, MUA+. Rate indicates calculated firing rate, Hertz. SNR, signal-to-noise ratio. ISI %. Percentage of ISI violations. This checkbox is to show or hide the group in plots. Select checkbox is to select the group for merge or remove. Merge to. Radio button, by selecting you specify the merge target. Visualization control panel. Controls the appearance and content of the visual plots on the right. Plot type. Choose visualization type, amplitude, waveform, trace, ISI, CCG, features, or multiple plots. Data type. Raw or filtered waveform display. Number of channel. How many adjacent channels to show. Number of spikes. Number of spikes to visualize. Duration, millisecond. Duration of each waveform plot. Waveform. Show individual spikes or mean waveform. Bins. Set bin count for histograms in ISI or CCG. Smoothness. Control smoothing in CCG plots. ISI threshold. Threshold for ISI violation histogram. Amplitude scale, change waveform amplitude. Width/alpha, adjust visual styling of plotted lines. Export fig. Save current plots, only for single plot mode. In the plot display area you can change the time range to browse the data on the bottom right, and go through the data by shifting the slider. Group selection panel. It is used to filter and navigate units based on quality metrics. Rate, set minimum spike rate for inclusion. ISI, % set maximum allowed ISI violations, indicative of potential contamination. SNR, set minimum signal-to-noise ratio for a valid unit. Polarity, filter groups by polarity profile, negative and positive spikes. Include/exclude, select units that pass or fail current filter criteria. This toggle, automatically update plots with selected units. Only use this if your data is small. Next/previous, cycle through selected groups for review. Deselect, by clicking on deselect you will deselect all selected units. By default 50 units are shown in each page, you can change this go to the next and previous pages by pressing the page change buttons. All buttons usually have a hotkey or shortcut, which you can find it out by hovering over them. Similarity processing panel. Used to identify and assess whether different groups are similar enough to be merged. First set the distance, which is maximum spatial distance in micrometer for considering similarity. Metric, choose from cross-correlation, KL divergence, or Bhattacharya to evaluate group similarity. After setting these two, click on Process to compute similarity between spike clusters or groups using your chosen metric. You can now find groups that are similar by adjusting similarity, which is a threshold for waveform similarity. It is between 0 to 1. Amp, various, which is maximum amplitude variation allowed between groups. It is between 0 to 1. After finding groups with these criteria, you can browse through pairs of groups that meet similarity criteria by up and down buttons. If decided to merge, by default the to be merged group is the one with more spikes. You can change it by changing the merge to radio button. Spike Group Controller Panel. This panel enables users to manage and refine sorted spike groups manually. Group Management Tools. Remove, marks selected groups as removed, sets label and channel to nan. Merge, combines selected groups into the group selected via the merge to radio button. Isolation, classifies selected units as multi-unit activity, MUA, or single-unit activity, SUA. Undo, reverts selected groups to their original settings. Reset, resets all groups to their original state and clears selections. Limit, automatically selects temporally stable segments of activity within a group. Drop rate, threshold for defining temporally stable intervals. The cutoff is a drop in spike rate more than this value. Realign, is a slider that adjusts spike alignment by shifting spike indices and waveform positions. After compiling the curation, by clicking on Save you can save the curation results. Also by clicking on the Clear button you can clear out the visualization.